Hey folks, welcome to another episode of the Football Wheel. No, I'm not alone. I am Khurram, but I got my two buddies Ali and Qutub alongside me. This time, we're going to make it aesthetically pleasing by keeping our face a little close and less of that, whole crap and on top of our heads. We're talking about what's happening tomorrow, Liverpool versus Chelsea on Wembley, the FA Cup final, the 131st FA Cup. Who's going to be the winner? Let's ask Ali what he thinks about the FA Cup final tomorrow.
It's going to be an amazing match, no doubt about that. Liverpool coming on the back of that Carling Cup victory in February, and now they're squaring up against an informed Chelsea side who are in the Champions League final as well. And of course, they know they have had a very bad week. Of course, they lost to Newcastle, a game they should have won, very unlike Chelsea, of course. But Liverpool, they'll be going into the match because they've got nothing to lose as such. They've got nothing at stake. If they win, they'll be on a good side. If they lose, everybody expecting them to lose because Chelsea are in such good form. But the kind of performance Liverpool is in right now and the one-shot team they are proving to be because of the inconsistency in the league, I fancy that Liverpool will be playing much lighter and they will be going all out for the win, and I think Liverpool might nick this one with a goal or two.
There you heard from Ali. He thinks Liverpool's got it. I know the pressure is on Chelsea. Liverpool are going to this with, hey, nothing to lose attitude. They already got silverware this season with the Carling Cup, like he mentioned. Plus, they lost to Fulham midweek as well. That was an own goal by Skirtle. They lost 1-0 to Fulham. So they have most of their players rested. Kenny Dalglish, he rested most of his key players. I'm thinking Luis Suarez will pick up, but hey, you know who is a man of Wembley is Didier Drogba. And the fact that Fernando Torres is coming back pretty strong, you have to say that Fernando Torres could be a factor along with Didier Drogba in this game. Drogba for a good 70 minutes. If he throws on Torres, you never know. Roberto Di Matteo. I just picked two people. Roberto Di Matteo might have something to prove. Chelsea's going to go towards the FA Cup, the UEFA Cup final as well, the Champions League. They want to win this one. Let's ask Q. What does Q think is going to happen in the FA Cup final?
Hello. Right. I might have to differ with what Ali had to say. I think it's Chelsea who might nick this one. My reason being the form Chelsea's been in off late. Fact remains they lost to Newcastle. They played a weakened team. But I think with Lampard in form again, Drogba being influential again, Torres picking goals up again, I think Chelsea will still have quite a lot to offer, in spite of the fact they're missing Luis, they're missing Gary Cahill. Liverpool, for that part, they've got Steven Gerrard coming back, who's again very, very strong, especially in big games. I think the fact that Craig Bellamy has been underused this season but has been very effective, he can come on as a substitute and make a difference. But overall, I think Chelsea might just nick it.
All right, there you hear for the main man Q, who also has his column in the Daily News, is it?
That's correct.
The Daily Times. You got to check his column in the Daily Times. You got to keep telling us how much you like what you hear on the Footballing Wheel, because it might even make us invest in a nice camera and get all three of us again on TV, inshallah, soon. This is the Footballing Wheel. We're continuing with more. Q ran away because I know he doesn't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this also. But the Manchester derby, my mama was at the Etihad Stadium. He also got me that thing I put up on Facebook as well. Oh, what a Manchester derby it was. A Manchester derby to forget. Not a single chance on goal. Before I hand it off to Ali, we'll mention one fact that he just told me about Ashley Cole, his 7th FA Cup final. Will Ashley Cole be winning this one along with Chelsea? That waits to be seen tomorrow what a match is going to be. I think we'll get the predictions at the end, but right now we're going to go on and talk to Ali about the Manchester derby, and he's going to talk about City a lot because, hey, they deserved it.
On the balance of play, you have to say City deserve it because they had better shots on target, more goals on target as well. But the point of the matter is Manchester United, you thought would go with a positive approach in terms because they have had the experience, they have been in this position time and time again. They have been fighting for the title with the likes of Chelsea in previous years or with the likes of Arsenal for that matter in the last decade or so. So you think that perhaps Alex Ferguson may have had an edge, but I think he miscalculated in terms he should have played Luis Antonio Valencia from the start because the kind of form Valencia is in right now and the kind of deliveries he gets into the box, he runs it. I think City would have had problems, especially Zabaleta or Gael Clichy would have had problems tackling him, but I think Sir Alex Ferguson opted for experience and he went for Ryan Giggs and he brought on the likes of Luis Antonio Valencia a touch too late, I think, and playing an inexperienced player like Danny Welbeck from the start, I think he should have opted for at least Chicharito Hernandez, who have played well last season as well and scored a lot of goals and handed United the title last season as well. I think Chicharito would have been a better option instead of Danny Welbeck. In terms of Rooney, he was pretty much absent during the entire match because of Mancini's tactics. I think the likes of Carlos Tevez, the likes of Kun Aguero, Samin Nasri, Yaya Toure, they had the measure of United. And if you look at the City bench and you look at their squad, I think the kind of money they've spent, and even then if you won't be able to win the league title this season, then I think it's a massive, massive failure in that respect. So I think even with that amount of money, they haven't done justice to their spending. And I think that at least against United, they deserve to win the kind of performance they showed in.
Thank you very much, Ali. We're going to continue and ask. I don't even want to talk about it. I really don't. Manchester United didn't make one chance in goal. I don't think they deserve to win that one. You have to give it up to Roberto Mancini. You have to give it up to the back line of Jolene Lescon and Vincent Kompany of Manchester City. They were able to get every single ball out of that box. Didn't let any of those crosses that Nani and Valencia and Park, any cross at all come in. It was a very tough match to watch, but unfortunately Manchester United have all to win now. They have to win both and hope that Newcastle do them a favor and get a draw with City. That waits to be seen in the next couple of weeks. We're going to pass it on to Q. Let's hear about his what he thinks about the Manchester Derby, and we're going to ask him to also tell us his prediction for the FA Cup final before we end the video.
Right, I'll just give you my FA Cup prediction now. I think Chelsea might nick this one, even if it goes to the penalties. But talking about the City-Man United game, poor effort from Manchester United. I mean, they could have done much better. In hindsight, it's easy to say that Fergie got it wrong tactically, but you can see where he was coming from. He got similar tactics right against Liverpool in the game earlier in the season, and that was a valuable 1 point he got. Interesting thing for me was that he started Park again, and Park has been part of defeats for Manchester United. Now that was the tough bit. Combined age of over 90 years between Park, Scholes, and Giggs. That was a disappointment. Against City, you needed a lot of energy if you wanted to go forward. Rooney seemed isolated, completely isolated. Danny Welbeck wasn't effective at all. And Fergie's basically, it was more a case of his players letting him down. But I think in the next two games, they have to go out, get maximum number of goals, not just win. It's not going to be easy against Sunderland, because they're a tough place. They've been difficult for all of the other teams to go to. For Man City, they were absolutely top-notch. The defense was solid. They got an amazingly goal. The goal really killed Manchester United. Overall, they're fantastic going forward. The fact that Tevez and Aguero are clicking so well, and they've got Balotelli and Dzeko on the bench, that really gives them the impetus and confidence going forward. So, yeah, I think it's going to be touch and go. But City have got the rhythm. They've got the impetus. So the ball's in City's court. They might just nick it. Hopefully not.
Thank you, Q. I think we all have to agree that Q needs some extra funds right now to learn how to hold a camera. We have to send him one of those courses about how to hold a camera. Well, this is the Football Week. My name is Khurram. Alongside me, Ali. And there's Q. And hey, I think Chelsea's going to nick this in extra time for the FA Cup final. I have a dead feeling that a $50 million man is going to score the final goal, at least cause that ultimate golden goal for them to win the FA Cup final against Liverpool. And then Liverpool might get their revenge in Anfield, where our good friend Usman Malik, inshallah, will be at Anfield watching Chelsea versus Liverpool at Anfield. So we're going to say bye for now. Last thing we'll ask, Ali, who do you think is going to win, Chelsea or Liverpool?
Liverpool.
He's going for Liverpool. Q is going for?
Chelsea.
Q is going for Chelsea. Khurram's going for Chelsea. Hopefully you guys like this. Press like, pass this video around. If you like what you see, hey, we'll keep coming back and doing this. And even inshallah during the summer, if we're all together in Karachi, then we're going to talk about the Euros as well. Take it easy. Allah Hafiz.